Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I thought I'd do a little bit of Peter news and for today's was to suggest some things to speak about. Why not? Why not? So one of the topics I'm going to do, and I've never done this before, but one of my subs has typed up a nice little comment saying, Pete, it's always talking about this, always talking about that, but what about Phil Smith, the actor, slapping that idiot, the comedian? So there's been on the debate lately about Phil Smith standing up for his wife and slapping the guy. Now, believe it or not, I make jokes in the past and I have a laugh, but it's a laugh, right? I don't adore violence. I don't agree with violence. Sometimes I watch violent movies and I do reviews on movies, whether it's to do with violent films. But all said and done, it's acting, it's special effects, and it's a movie, right? But on this occasion, yeah, I didn't agree with him getting up and slapping the comedian, right? Comedian, the comedian, right? I didn't agree with it. But on this occasion, I'm not agreeing with it, but I can see why Will Smith did what he did. I can see it. This is a comedian, right? He's made jokes, right? And we all know sometimes I make jokes and I have a laugh, and sometimes I can be a bit edgy on my channel, right? I'm not talking about me, but sometimes I can do that. I mean, it's the way it is, it's the way I am, right? But at the end of the day, this comedian thought it was funny to make a joke on another man's wife. Now, Phil Smith's wife, as we all know, has an illness, right? I'm not going to make fun, not going to make jokes, and her illness is hair loss. Now, people can come out and have jokes with me and say they come out with the bald man's joke. I've heard it all before. Some have heard the fat man's joke. Some have heard about such and such a joke, and so on, right? To me, it's water off a duck's back. It's water off a duck's back. But to make fun of someone's illness isn't funny. Isn't funny. I was going thin, right, when I was about 20 something, right? I'm now in my mid-30s, right? I'm a man. I'm a man. I learned to live with it. You know what I mean? I'm a man about it. I'm going thin. Fair enough. Save me head bald. The jokes will not bother me. I've heard it all before. I've heard it that many times. I've got the t-shirt at home. But Phil Smith's wife has an illness which causes her to have hair loss, alopecia. We all know alopecia, and it causes her to use her hair. This comedian thought it was funny to come out with a G.I. Jane joke. Now at first they all laughed, everyone in the Hollywoods and all the Oscar winning people, they all laughed. You know what I mean? They laughed because it was funny and so on. But then, if anyone would have saw Will Smith's wife, she was laughing at first until she got the joke. And the joke was on her. And you should have seen her face. It was priceless. It was priceless. Will Smith, offence there, got the joke as well. And he was insulting his wife. This fucking stupid comedian was insulting the man's wife. So he's protecting her honour. I don't agree with violence. I don't agree with slapping people and hitting people. Yeah, I make jokes in the past. I'm going to knock someone out and all this. It is a joke. Even I know how far to take my humour. This guy was insulting his wife on an illness. So he got up, right the show. I'm not agreeing with it, but right the show, he got up and he spit slapped him. He didn't hit him, didn't headbutt him, didn't kick him in the doolies. He slapped him one for insulting his wife. He's insulting the man's wife, the love of his life, the woman who brought his kids up in the world. He's insulting the man's wife. I don't agree with violence, if I get love letters, but the man was insulting a man's wife in front of everybody. So yeah, he got up, he shouldn't have done what he did, right? But we know we've been there. We do things out of anger. We do things in a bad temper sometimes we get doing, you know. It only makes us human. So he slapped him one. Phil Smith rightly slapped the guy for insulting his wife. Just had to make a laugh and a joke of it. In all fairness, I might get love letters, I might get boo-hoos, but I don't even agree with Oscars in Hollywood. I don't agree with it. There's one for you for Peter News. I don't agree with Oscars. To me, if you're going to win an Oscar for saving people's lives. Right, where they're Oscars? Where's the Oscars for firemen who risk their lives on a daily basis to save a burning building. Where's the soldiers' Oscars, the ones that lost their arms and legs fighting a war? Where's their Oscars? Where's Oscars for people that feed the homeless? The amount of money these actors get paid in Hollywood could feed the homeless for 5 days. 5 days, even more. What about people that risk their lives on a daily basis? Where's their Oscars? So I don't really agree with Oscars anyway for overpaid actors and overpaid actresses. I don't really agree with it. Might get boo-hoo for it, but I don't. But he was in the Oscars. This comedian should have known better. He should have known better than to imitate someone's wife who's got an illness. And that was why Phil Smith got up, walked on stage, and bit slapped him. That is why he did that. Because he was protecting his wife's honour. This guy should have known bloody better to do that in front of everybody and imitate someone for laughs. But you should have saw his wife. Yes, she was laughing at first. She got the joke. You should have seen her face. It was like, just I'm doing a rubbish job. But her face was priceless. He got it. Then said to Phil Smith, and he thought, this guy's insulting me wife. He's insulting me wife. And then when he sat back down, there's a lot of effing and deffing. He said, gee, you fat. I'll get my wife and I'm talking on something I've just eaten. Keep your mouth shut about my effing wife. Keep your effing mouth shut about my effing wife. At that point, we knew it was a joke. People were laughing, thinking it's part of the show. And then they got it. He was angry. He was angry, and rightly so. Rightly so. I like Phil Smith. I liked him in... I've got a few of his films. I liked him when he did Wild Wild West. I liked Prince of Bel-Air, the comedy show, what, prized his name. I liked Men in Black. I like Men in Black 2. Man in Black 3, but I do like it because of Phil Smith. So I like Phil Smith. He's funny, he's talented, and he's dud. He's dud. And I was getting a lot of bad publicity because he slapped someone. I don't know if people are making a big thing out of it. It's not like he tagged him and he did a boxing match. It's not like he threw him all over the stage and kicked the shit out of him. You know what I mean? You miss it. He got up, a bit slapped him, he walked off. But he was angry. And rightly so. It's his wife. This guy who does comedy acts should know better than to insult another man's wife. I know, right, that comedians and people that do comedy do insult people. That's how they make their living, is make you for laughs. And you get it all the time. You know what I mean? The little man's joke, the overweight person's joke, so I don't get a slap. The bald-headed man's joke. Believe me, the amount of times people go around calling me that, believe me, I've got the t-shirt. Do I get offended? No, because I'm still a good-looking guy. Whether I've got hair, I ain't got hair, I'm still a good-looking fella, right? But for a woman to be insulted like that, I don't agree with the fight. I don't agree with Phil Smith doing what he did. He shouldn't have done what he did. But, he was angry. We all do things we shouldn't do when we're in anger. He apologised afterwards. But chances he's getting warnings now to do as he's told. He's getting warnings. But nevertheless, I'm not going to offend what he did. But I can understand. It was his wife. This guy does comedy. Should know better. That's how I see it. So people can have it to that me, so I mean whatever they want to call me, or they can agree with me. But that's how I see it. We can see things in different ways, and that's what makes us an interesting, unique people in the world we live in. But until then, be smart, be safe. I'm happy to make that comment for the one and then the comment to say, well, what about what Phil Smith did and all this? So that's what I think. But until then, I'll see you later.